Greetings, YouTube. So, today we have a special treat. I have received today the Maven's Collectibles Kickstarters for the Titan figure. Basically, it's a huge, muscled up Hulk type figure, but not in specifically Hulk proportions, more of regular proportions, but tall, big, and menacing. So this was a Kickstarter that was successfully funded. I want to say it's going on like 2 years ago. So there was delays, like everybody had delays during 2020. I think these were supposed to drop in 2020, but obviously they didn't meet that deadline. But they stuck to it. They gave us updates when there was updates to be given. Unlike some other Kickstarters, one of which I actually backed and never got anything, and the company just disappeared. They came through. So we're going to talk about these guys today, and I'm going to show you what we got, and we'll see how they stack up with your other 1/12 scale figures. All right, so real quick, we're going to take a look at the box. The front of the box is just the window with the figure in it, and you got the title Titan 1/12 customizable action figure. And then on the back, they show you all the pieces, parts, and how this guy comes apart. So it looks like it's a very complicated process, but it's pretty normal for action figures of this ilk. All right, so let's get these guys open. Oh, one more thing. I also got an accessory pack, which comes with different hands, different feet, different hairstyles, different head sculpts, and some weapons as well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 4 Titan weapons. So a gun, a hatchet or something, a huge sword, and a battle axe. All right, so let's have a look at these guys. All right, so real quick, I just want to talk about the company Maven Collectibles. If you're not familiar with them, they seem to specialize, or at least they're most famous for making blank bodies. Blank bodies that are easily customizable, that come in different accessories, different body parts and things like that. So you can make your own characters using their blanks, their blank bodies. I had bought some female blank bodies from them because they did some female blank bodies a few years back. So real quick, this guy here, if you're thinking, hey, he kind of looks like he'd be like a Red Hulk, that's exactly what people were going for, and that's honestly what I was going for. So when these guys were announced, and they announced that they had this color and this kind of setup, I think this was one of the stretch goals. This was before Hasbro had released the Marvel Legends Red Hulk. So everybody was like, oh yeah, we can make a Red Hulk out of that guy. It's going to be great. And, I kind of had the same idea, not knowing that Marvel was going to make a Red Hulk, or Hasbro was going to make a Red Hulk. So now that I have that Red Hulk, which I'll be comparing this guy to here near the end of the video. So now I gotta find another use for this guy because I already have a Red Hulk. But because it's a blank body, there are things that I can do to, change him into another character. So let's look at the body itself. So you got this grinning face, you got the headpiece. This is removable, obviously, and you can get the different hairstyles and put it on there. These figures, articulation wise, are pretty much set up like most of your 1/12 scale figures. So let's go over articulation real quick while I'm talking about it. So the head is on a ball joint. The neck is a separate piece that attaches at the base of the body, so allows some really good range of motion. Whoops, lost his wig. With the neck, so he can look way up and he can look way down. So that's excellent. Very nice neck and head articulation. You got tilt. Obviously it can turn around, so that's awesome. As far as the shoulders go, This is kind of I'm not sure that I've seen this type of butterfly joint. They made it so that it could go forwards and backwards. Now, it's not as far back as the Hulk figures from Hasbro, but it also goes forward, which the Hulk figures do not do. So happy about that. You got a typical ab crunch. Doesn't go back too far, doesn't go forward too far, but like I said, now that you can have that neck looking down, that helps out a lot. You got a waist swivel, ball jointed legs, thigh cut, knees with the added piece there. This is sort of like Mafex figures, so it doesn't break up the sculpt for the double joint. You got forward-facing pin for a good rocker on the feet, and you do have toe articulation. As far as the arms go, we talked about the butterfly joint. Then you got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, just like the knee, the extra piece to keep the sculpt integrity. Then your wrist is on a peg and a hinge. I think that's about all the articulation. I believe I covered everything. So, as far as the joints and stuff go, he is a little bit loose at the legs in the hip area. His arms are a little bit loose too. Nothing stuck though. Everything's moving very smoothly. So as far as, playability, it's good. Some of those joints probably need to be tightened up a little bit. I'm assuming, well, I'm not even assuming. I know that you can take him apart and, I'll have to work with some of the loose joints with the floor polish or however I'm going to do it to tighten them up a little bit. But overall, he moves very, very well. Very well. All right, let's look at his accessories. Okay, so speaking of accessories, they're a little light on accessories, to be honest, but you do get 2 hair sculpts with this guy. And again, when this was first solicited or shown, it was basically looking to be like a Red Hulk. So the hairstyles kind of go with that idea. They did include, and these are nice, some articulated hands that have articulated fingers. Each one of the fingers is on its own joint, it looks like. Let me see here. Yeah, each one. So, and these are pretty stiff, so that's good. So this is one of the best looking, human type hand, not like a robot hand, that has articulated fingers but still looks like a hand. So these are well done. And you don't have to use these. You can keep the fists that come with it, and then I'll be showing you the accessory pack that has other hands. But if you want, a very articulated gesturing hand, you have it here. So these are very nice. Then you get 2 extra head sculpts, and again, this was going for Red Hulk, so this kind of, this one kind of looks like when Red Hulk had that mustache, and he's yelling. That's a very good one. And these head sculpts have that big hole here to attach the hair. And then you have this one with a full beard and mustache, also yelling. So that's it for accessories for him. Like I said, it's a little bit light, but those hands are excellent. Those articulated hands are excellent. And then the extra portraits or extra head sculpts, always welcome. All right, let's take a look at the other one. Okay, so here we have the blue one, and he is a very deep and rich royal, maybe, blue. Same exact figure, just in a different color. Same exact articulation, all of that stuff. So, but that's a very nice blue. When I got this guy, I had plans, and I do still have these plans. I had plans to turn him into a superhero that I had created when I was younger. I used to draw comic books, and I had this hero that I created, and he was a big guy, but he wasn't like bulky Hulk big. He was just a big guy, a big strong guy, and he had a blue uniform. So that's why I got this guy, because I want to turn him into my original character. So that is why I got the blue. If you're wondering about these figures, they came in tons of different colors. They also came in skin tone colors. So what I will probably end up doing for him is because these Titans are also available at places like Big Bad Toy Store. So I'm gonna probably get some of them that have the different skin tones and then mix and match the parts when I make my custom character. As far as his accessories go, his are actually wildly different than the red one. So let's take a look at his accessories. So he comes with the stuff that was in some of the stuff that's in the accessory pack. So you got this huge sword, this ridiculously, absurdly big sword that's literally taller than the Titan. You get the spectacular battle axe. You get 2 open hands, which are in the grayscale, so you can paint these whatever color you wanted, I guess. This huge revolver. I mean, huge. And the meat cleaver, or the hatchet, or whatever you want to call this, which is also huge. So, again, excellent figure for customs. I'm gonna have fun with this guy. So let's take a look at the accessory pack and see what's in there. All right, so in the accessory pack, first of all, you just get another set of the weapons and those 2 gesturing hands. That's what's in this bag here. So you get the big sword, the battle axe, the meat cleaver, and those couple of hands. But then you also get this bag of heads, hands, feet. Okay, so we have emptied out the bag. So let's run through these accessories real quick. You have a kind of a sweeping hairstyle, blowing in the wind. You got a regular kind of disheveled, shaggy hairstyle. You got a regular long-haired, kind of barbarian-looking hairstyle. You have the obligatory man bun hairstyle. You have 6 head sculpts. So you have a screaming head, a grinning evil head, a stoic head, a snarling head with a hairstyle already attached, and I think this one doesn't come off. That might be glued in. A teeth gritting head and a masked head. Then as far as hands, you get 5 pair of hands. We have some grasping or relaxed hands. You have some menacing hands. A couple of fists. Well, actually, these are probably the more relaxed hands. And then another pair of the hands with the articulated fingers, which is a nice touch. And you also get these huge feet that are shoes or boots. So you can replace your bare feet with some shoes. So I actually will probably be doing that because my guy is going to be wearing boots. So these will come in handy for him, and I might need to get another set of these for my other one. Okay, so I am going to attempt to do a whole bunch of comparisons to the Titan here so that you can get an idea of how he stacks up with your other lines that you may want to fit him into. I'm gonna go all over the place here, so it's gonna be a lot of them, and I'm gonna try to run through them real quickly. In case you're looking to use it with Mythic Legions, you got ogres here. Here we got them with the Marvel Legends versions of the Hulk bodies. You have Green Hulk here and the Red Hulk over there. As we can see, the Titans are actually taller than them. Now, they're a lot more bulky, but your Titans are a good head and shoulders taller. Here they are with the Build-A-Figure Wendigo and Sasquatch. Here you have the Titans with the Hulkbuster armor, which is huge. It's even bigger than them. And then you have Crimson Dynamo with Strong Guy and the Juggernaut, with MODOK, recently released, and the Absorbing Man. Checking in here, we have Ant-Man / Giant Man from the MCU and comic book Thanos, with Colossus and the Thing. And as you can see, they are still towering over people. These are not small figures. Then we got Mighty Thor and Warpath. Some normal sized Marvel Legends. You got the 80th anniversary Captain America and the original armor Iron Man. All right, and then one last random comparison. We have a regular size Mythic Legions character, Mezco Batman, McFarlane 7-inch Joker, Mafek Superman, and then G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Commander. All right, so real quick, I wanted to talk about the weapons and them holding the weapons, because I started messing with it and I saw that there's a little bit of an issue. So the only gripping hand that these guys come with, or that you can get for them, is the one that's kind of a trigger finger hand. So it can hold the weapons relatively well. Like this battle axe, that's not bad. But I tried to get this trigger finger hand to hold the gun, and it was not working. Like, I was stretching the hand a whole lot and I didn't want to tear it up. It might be the handle is a little bit too big for this. And then it's hard to get this trigger finger into the trigger. So I tried to use the articulated hand, and at least got it in there, but it's not the best of fits. It doesn't hold it very tightly. So while the big gun and the big sword and everything were kind of a good idea, it looks like the execution was a bit off the mark, because these handles and things are just way too thick and big. But I don't know. It was worth a shot, I guess. Chances are, if you're getting these guys, you're not getting them so they can hold some huge revolver. You're getting them because they're going to be bruisers. They're going to beat up people with their hands. I don't know. Depends on the person, I guess. So, did want to point that out to be as thorough as possible. One other thing, as far as like the hairstyles and such. So, when you peg these things in, they do fit pretty good, at least the ones that I've tried. So there's that as well, because that is something else that people would want to know about. All right, so final thoughts on these guys. They're very, very good, especially the figures themselves. These accessories are a little bit probably overdone, as far as like the bombastic nature, the huge, size of them. The addition of the hands and the articulated hands, that these are excellent as far as like making gestures and stuff. Not necessarily for holding things, but just to be able to move all those fingers. That's great. And the addition of the different hairstyles and head sculpts, excellent job there. So would I recommend you pick some of these up? I would say yes. Just don't expect the weapons and things to really work like how they're supposed to. If you're getting it to do customs and you're going to make bruisers, then these will be great for you. Tighten up the joints a little bit with some, TLC, and then you got yourself custom figures. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.